सेकंड मैन फोन कर करे को बहुत आप 4-5 बन क्या दे रही है तो 3 से बहुत डाउन
Hello,
ऑप्शन
good afternoon.
लेट इट निकल
Good afternoon. And
डायरेक्टली
today's
चेंज
somebody is, please all of you keep in mute mode. Good afternoon. And today's class, we are going to be starting with the unit 4. The topic is painting and cladding. So there are the two components are there in painting and cladding. Already we discussed about the plastering and the pointing already we discussed in the previous classes. Now in continuation with that one, painting and cladding, and also in our syllabus we are having ACP, that is known as aluminum composite panels itself. So with that we are going to be completing almost all the topics in the unit 1 to unit 2, unit 3, unit 4 and unit 5. And Monday onwards we will start with the revision, or otherwise we'll start with the stone masonry and brick masonry. Later onwards we'll start with the revision classes for all the units. And once again, one request is that one, just you go through that your WhatsApp account. I posted the notes for unit 1, 2, 3 as well as unit 4 and 5 in the Word format. And also I posted the notes in the reference globe also. As per your request, you are unable to log into the reference globe. I'm giving in the WhatsApp group, you saved it and you go through that and you take the printout, or you go through that in the mobile itself and you can prepare well for the examinations. And meanwhile, we'll give the schedule for the assignment also as per the meetings, HOD's meeting and principal's meeting. So one more assignment we are going to be giving with 5 questions that will be posted in the reference globe, or will post it in the WhatsApp group. You complete the assignment and you submit it in online. Each and every student has to be submit that one. This is the schedule regarding the for the second mid as well as the second assignment. And now we'll start with the class with the first component part is the painting. So all of you are aware of that one, why the painting is, what are the objectives of the painting, and what are the different types of the paints are available, and that we have to be go for the almost all the once the construction activity is going to be completed. Painting main objective is that one, to resist for the weathering agencies, resisting action for the weathering agencies, and so it will not attract any dust or any moist from the uh, atmospheric agencies. For that purpose, we are going for the painting. Once your masonry work is going to be completed, then we do that the plastering. After the plastering is over, then the next part is that we have to go for the painting. So the prerequisite for the painting is you have to do that the plastering work. Once the plastering is going to be completed, then we have to be go for the painting work. So then what is the paints are coating of fluid materials which are applied as a final finish to surfaces, like where we do that the painting is walls, ceiling and wood and metal works. So there are the 3 components are there. Walls we will go for the painting, ceiling we have to go for the painting, and wood and metal works also will go for the painting. The paints are used, that is the paints, and the painting is done to protect the surface from the effects of weathering. Already I has explained you that weathering essence is to prevent wood from decay and metal from corrosion. So metals are attracted for the corrosion. Wood for decaying of the wood will be there if you are not done the weathering. We are not done the weathering and we are not done the seasoning properly. So then every chance will be there to go for the decay of the wood. For that purpose, we are going for the painting, metal from the corrosion, and to provide a decorative finish. In addition to that one, we will go for the decorative purposes also, and clean and hygienic health and living atmosphere. So this is the purpose of the painting. So we will not allow that the dust we are going into the walls, and moist is not going to be absorbing by the walls and the roof. And then other side we are going for the decorative finish. And if you are going to be using as the roof materials as wood, or we are going to use the roof materials as some of the decorative materials as metal decorative materials you are going to be using. So to avoid corrosion and to avoid decay of the timber members, we will do that the painting. Then once you understand that what is meant by the paint and what is meant by the painting, this is the general or generic term we are going to be using for the construction purposes itself. This is the final one, final work done for the completion of the any civil engineering project. So then we have to go for the paints are mixes of pigments and binders generally available in liquid state. All of you know that one. How and what is the purpose? Main purpose is like corrosion, weathering, and chemical attacks. This is the main purpose we are going for the painting. So paints play a major role in construction works and projects. And another important aspect we are going to be covering is aesthetic appearance of the surfaces. That is the good looking appearance of the walls and roofs. We can able to get it from the painting. And what are the different types of the paints are available? So many types of paints are available, but in that only some of them are we are going to be using for construction purposes, construction or building purposes itself. Other we can able to use for the we are going for the machines or something we are going to be used for automobiles, like that. Not for all the engineer construction of buildings or construction of the commercial buildings or construction of a in industrial buildings. Some of them we are going to be using not only for the building purposes, we'll go for other purposes also. That's why they categorize it into the aluminum paints, asbestos paints, anti-corrosive paints, bituminous paints, cement-based paints, synthetic rubber paints, silicate paints, graphite paints. Still it is going to be continuing that. Plastic paints, resin paints, cellulose paints, enamel paints, emulsion paints, bronze paints, colloidal paints, and oil paints. In that, almost all in civil engineering purposes or the building purposes, we are going to be using that. Enamel paints we are going to be using, plastic paints we are going to be using, and previously we'll see that the cement based paints we are going to be using, synthetic rubber paints we are going to be using, and aluminum paints we are going to be using. And all others or whatever is going to be listed out, you are going to be using for some other purpose of that other than the buildings. Other than the buildings we are going to be using, but just we will go through at a glance what is the purpose of each and every paint. So aluminum paint where we are going to be using, what is the purpose of the aluminum paint? So the aluminum paints is main for wood. So whatever I highlighted, just you go through that one. Aluminum paints are made mainly for two type. Paint is for painting woodwork and metallic surfaces. Aluminum paints are used for, so these are the woodworks and the metallic surfaces. Aluminum paint has many advantages such as it is waterproof, resistance against electricity, corrosion, weathering. It can be visible in dark and provides good appearance. So that's why we are going to be using most of the building constructions we are going to be using as aluminum paint. Aluminum paint for woodworks and metallic surfaces, and the waterproof, but is having that the resistance to the electricity and corrosion. So this is about the aluminum paints. Next, asbestos paints. Where we will use that the asbestos paints. So it is used for covering leakage in metal roof. We are going to provide with the metal roof, and for patchworks. So for protecting surfaces from acid gases and steam. That is industrial buildings. Almost all we are going to be using as asbestos paints. Industrial purposes we are going to be using, because industrial buildings will be having that the long span, and we are going to be constructing with that the steel roof trusses. Instead of we are going for the cement concrete slab, we are going for steel roof trusses. That's why we are having metal roofs. So metal roofs where we are going to be provided is for industrial buildings or storage buildings where the span of the building will be large. Then we are not going for the cement concrete RCC slabs. Instead of that one, we are going for the steel roof trusses. In that, we are going to be using that the asbestos paints. Then anti-corrosive paints. So here the term itself is going to be giving as meaning corrosive nature of the structural elements wherever we are having, then we have to be go for anti-corrosive paints. Metal surfaces like pipe or external structures which may allow to corrosive in nature. To resist the corrosion, the main objective was to resist corrosion, and the metal surfaces like pipe and external structures, anything we have to be used for the anti-corrosive paints. Means we are going to be using the drain pipes. Nowadays we are going to be using the plastic pipes. Earlier we are going to be using the asbestos pipes. So then we are galvanized pipes we are going to be using. In that cases, we'll go for the anti-corrosive paints. Then the next one is going to be called as bituminous paints. So don't put the marks on the sides, please. Those who are doing, don't keep the marks, because so all of you has to be go through that one. Bituminous paints. This is bituminous paints for is going to be bitumen content will be tar or asphalt. We can able to see that the tar or the asphalt, we are able to. The tar or asphalt is the ingredient that will be there in the bitumen. This is going to comes from the petroleum product, and that paints used for the tar or the asphalt for the metal structures in underwater conditions and iron pipes carrying water. Where this type of the bituminous paints we are going to be using is for underwater conditions. The structures is built in underwater conditions or the pipelines. So for that we are going to be using as the bituminous paints. Then cement based paints. Cement based paints is waterproof and can be applied internal or external surfaces. Almost all we are going to be using as cement is going to be additive. The cement based paints are contain cement as the base material. You can able to see that the first point, cement is the base material. So please keep in mute mode. So a lot of disturbance is coming while I'm explaining. Please make sure that your earphones. So cement based paints are contain cement is the base material. So this is in the powder form, available in the powder form and added into the paint. And we can able to use almost all the building constructions. Cement based paints are waterproof and can be applied in internal and external surfaces itself. This is the generic paint we are going to be using almost all in the constructions. Then synthetic rubber paints. This type of paint is widely used on cement concrete surfaces like concrete walls. Whatever this is also synthetic are the dissolving in synthetic resins, that is suitable solvents, by adding suitable pigments to this mixture and color when vary. This type we are going to be using also in general for all the construction purposes. This paint is less affected by rain and sunlight. You can able to see that the point is less affected by rain. This paint is less affected by rain and sunlight. Once again, it is coming. Once again, it is coming disturbance. Please check that whose earphone is. I'm hearing sound. Someone is speaking. Please make mute. So it has good resistance properties against acids and alkalis. This is called the synthetic rubber paints. Please check your mobile phone. If you are doing this type of disturbance, I will not continue. Please make sure that you remove your earphone, otherwise I'll put in the mute mode. Silicate paints. This type of paint can be used in hot conditions and for metal structures, because this is only thing is in this topic we had to understand that what is the objective of the painting and what are the different types of the paints. So some paints are there, but I am explaining all. Just you go through that. I will share this PPTs. You will go through that slides. You can able to understand, because lot of we don't want to put lot of time for this one to explain all those things. So only what is the objective of each and every paint will be there. Just that's why I'm highlighting that in the slide. What is the objective of each and every paint? Then we'll go for the graphite paints. It is used for painting underground structures like mines, in the mine constructions, because it is available in the abundant the graphite material. That's why we'll use the black in color and will be used for the mines, underground structures. Mines we are going to be using this type of the painting, and graphite is the main ingredient. And the plastic paints. This is so civil engineering, almost all the constructions, they are used for coating walls, slabs, decks, etc. So the plastic paints contain plastic as the base, and plastic paints dry very quickly, provides better appearance, and have high covering power. That's why we will use most of the civil constructions is the plastic paints. Then next we'll go for the Casian paints are used for coating walls, ceilings, woodworks, etc. But for exterior uses, this paint should be mixed with dryers. This is the caution we have to be maintained while you are going for exterior. We have to use with the dryers. So then only we can use for the Casian paints for the exterior work. Otherwise, the coating walls and ceilings inside work, we can use it for the Casian paints. Then cellulose paints. This is from cellulose wood products. Cellulose paints are special type of the oil paints, and we are going to be using. They are made of cellulose sheets, nitrogen, cotton, so amyl acetate, and photographic films. And this is used for painting aircrafts and motor cars. This is not for our building construction. This is for your user for painting aircrafts and motor cars. Special type of paints that will be available and that made use for the aircrafts and motor cars, motor vehicles. And then enamel paints. This is most important our civil engineering constructions. They are widely used for painting doors, windows, stairs, staircases, stairs and decks, etc. Deck of the slab we are going to be provided is going to be called as enamel paints. Almost all nowadays we are going to be using as the enamel paints. So easily available, and it is going to be dried very fastly, and it's going to be giving that the hard and will be long lasting. So that's why we are going to be using that the enamel paints. And then emulsion paints. So this is the emulsion properties, will alkali resistant properties. Emulsion, like there is also is a bitumen product. The bitumen emulsion we are going to be, or tar emulsion we are going to be using for the as a base or the dryer base element for the paints, emulsion paints. This type of paint can be used for all masonry works, especially for stucco plaster or stucco plaster brickworks which contains free alkali. So almost all the masonry works will use for the emulsion paints. Then next is the bronze paints. This is for radiator, the car radiators or automobile radiators. We are going to be using not for the building purpose. Bronze paints are reflective paints which are widely used for radiators. So internal and external metallic structures, it can be used for either for internal or for external metallic structures. So then the colloidal paints also it is going to be easily available and easily mixed into the main base material. Colloidal paints do not contain any type of inert materials. That's why it will be so dilute very easily. It takes a long period to settle due to colloidal particles. When it is applied on the surface, it settles and penetrates to the body surface. So this also is the one type we are going to be using for constructions. The oil paints. So general vehicles use it for oil paints and linseed oil, and this is not for our building purposes. So then that is about whatever we saw, that the oil paints are very economic and they can be applied in easy manner. They are generally applied for 3 coats of varying composition. So this type of paints can be applied for walls, doors and windows or metal structures. But the main disadvantage with oil paints is that they do not suitable for humid weather conditions. Means almost all hot weather conditions it is not going to be applicable. Only for the cold climates we can able to use the oil paints. That is the advantage by using the oil paints. But humid or the hot weather conditions it is not suitable for the painting external or internal surfaces. This is about the painting. The next topic is that the cladding. This is also one of the important topic that will be in the building construction, or it is going to be advanced topic, we can say that one. So cladding is somewhat is a very interesting topic in the building construction. What is the cladding and what is the different types of the cladding? Nowadays, almost all we are going to be seeing that external buildings that are going to be provided with the covering surfaces. That is known as the cladding. Cladding means we are going to be protecting that the actual structure from the atmospheric agencies, that we are going to be called as cladding, or additional covering material we are going to be provided to that the entire building to protect from various atmospheric agencies or various weather agencies. So that is known as the cladding. So cladding is the application of one material over another to provide a skin or layer. So above that the building external surfaces we are going to provide one more material or more covering surfaces we are going to be provided, such that it will be protected from each and everything. In construction, cladding is used to provide a degree of thermal insulation and weather resistance, already I told you that, and improve appearance of the building. So weather resistance and insulation, thermal insulation, that is expansion and contraction of the varying temperatures itself. So for that, so material we are going to be used, or the one of the component we are going to be using is known as the cladding. So the cladding can be made of any wide range of materials, including wood or metal or brick. With which material we will be used for cladding is wood earlier, than the metal, brick, vinyl, and composite materials that can include aluminum, wood and blends of cement and recycled polystyrene, and wheat or rice straw fibers. These are the materials. Whatever highlighted, we can able to see that we are going to be using as a cladding materials to protecting that the entire structure, or we can say that the actual structure. For that example also is going to be given here. Rain screening cladding is a form of weather cladding designed to protect against the elements, but also offers thermal insulation. So that is the rainwater is not entering into that or not absorbing by the external surfaces. We are going to provide the one more additional layer going to be provided by using as the cladding surfaces or the cladding. Or to better understand, we can able to see that just as your skin protects internal bones and organs, cladding protects against the elements and shields against environmental conditions. How our skin is going to be protecting the bones and organs? Because it's the external layer, skin is the external layer, and below that microstructure we can able to see that bone and organs are there. Like that, here it is, we are going to be called as cladding is going to be called as the external surfaces to protect them from environmental conditions, extreme environmental conditions, or it is going to be giving as a shield to protect the extreme weather conditions. Cladding does not have to be waterproof, but it often controls how elements hit or fall on the surface. Think about how a raincoat allows rain to slide off you rather than soaking your clothing. This is also one of the best example to understand what is meant by the cladding. You understand? I hope so. So the raincoat, how it will be protecting the people or the person to from the rain itself. Raincoat allows rain to slide off you rather than soaking your clothing. You are not wetted if you are going to be wearing a raincoat or if you are taking an umbrella like that. So that is also one of the example is going to be giving the what is the objective of the cladding. Cladding can also serve a decorative function, not only with that environmental hygiene conditions. It is going to be serving a decorative function. Please keep it mute. Once again, I am hearing some outdoor sounds. Cladding can also serve a decorative function to hide a more structural but perhaps not attractive structure. Then we will go for the what are the different uses of the cladding. Already we explained that. Once again, I'm requesting you, please take it off your earphone if you are giving disturbance to someone, to all. One person is disturbing the entire class. Put into the mute mode. Please. So uses of the cladding, it is mainly used for stop wind and rain from entering into the building, provide sound and thermal insulations as well as fire resistance. So wind and rain from the entering into the building, one purpose we are going to be doing. Another purpose is sound and thermal insulations. And it is often used to make a building's exterior look more attractive. Now, whether it is going to be fire resistance, your cladding material is going to be fire resistance, is that one of the material brick we are going to be using fire resistance, and then fiber boards or the making with the cement and steel is the fire resistance, aluminum reconstituted with the timber products, timber weatherboards and plywood sheets. These are all we are going to be making as external protecting covers. Then it is almost is going to be fire resistance. This cladding is fire resistance. Excellent fire resistance cladding is brickwork. High fire resistance building is planks or weatherboards. Good fire resistance building is aluminum reconstituted with the timber products. And poor fire resistance is timber weatherboards and plywood sheet. It is poor fire resistance. Remaining all we are having the good fire resistance materials we are going to be using for cladding material. Then what are the different types of the cladding? Stone cladding, timber cladding, brick cladding, fiber cement cladding, vinyl cladding, and metal cladding. These are the different types. Directly, I will go through the pictures. You can able to understand how the cladding will be there. Instead of I'm going for each and everything. This is we can say that the high pressure laminated cladding we can able to see that one. Then we can go over stone cladding. This the picture is going to be depicting that the stone cladding. This is known as the cladding surface. You can see that the picture, one of the surfaces is going to be provided with the cladding, completely with the stone masonry work. We can able to see that this is natural stone available that we have to put into that the exposed surfaces of in the masonry work. That is known as the stone cladding. Then tiles cladding. We can able to see that vitrified tiles cladding, how we are going to be maintaining inside the interior finish, decorative as well as it is going to be protecting the surfaces. And then the wood cladding. This we can able to see that this picture is going to be explaining about that the completely wood structure they are going to be provided. That is depending upon the how the elevation we have to look like, and based on that one we can able to go for what type of cladding is suitable and what type of cladding we can able to go for the construction for the exterior surfaces. This is not compulsory, but almost all nowadays we are going to be using. It is going to be covering and is going to be protecting as well as it is going to be giving as architectural beauty for your entire building. Then you can able to see that this is complete glass cladding. Nowadays almost all we are going to be using as glass for the elevations we can able to see that cover entire building. It is protecting with the various atmospheric agents or weather agencies, and also it is going to be giving us so the architectural beauty, also aesthetic appearance. Now this is the fiber cement boards. Cellulose material maintained with the cement added with the fiber cement boards or wood chips we are going to be using fiber cement boards. Already I told you the aluminum composite panels, ACP. So because with the sandwich panels will be having aluminum sheets bonded on the non-aluminum core. This is ACP panels. Aluminum composite panels that we are going to be erecting for the exposed surfaces, or we are going to be keeping for the exposed surfaces. Nowadays, this is a fashion, and we are going to be using for cladding as well as a protective from the nature. Aluminum composite panels. There's brick cladding. So brick cladding is entire surface. You can able to see that one bricks laid down with the brick masonry. I attach it with other external coat. We are going to provide with the bricks. Inside already anyhow we are having brick masonry. Once again that the exposed surface have to be maintained with the bricks. Completely bricks means, and we can able to see that only glasses we can able to see that other element. Remaining structural components all we are going to covering with the bricks. Entire surface we are going to be covering with the bricks. That is we are going to call it brick cladding. Then the polyvinyl chloride, UPVC clothing. Polyvinyl chloride means plastic. This is surface we can able to see that the PVC cladding. And the surface the other we are having the roof structure, and we can able to see that the masonry work we are going to be provided with the additional features as the PVC. Polyvinyl chloride, that is the plastic cladding we are going to be done. So this is about the all the pictures is going to be giving you that how the cladding will be there. I hope you understand that what is meant by the cladding, where we will use the cladding, what is the purpose of the cladding, and what are the different types of the cladding are available nowadays. Mainly we will go for the plastic, stone cladding, and brick cladding, and glass cladding. General, this is then aluminum composite panels, ACP. Aluminum composite panels are nowadays we are going to be using rather than others one. Already I show you that various, but in that predominantly we are going to be using the cladding is going to be called as the plastic, brick, ACP, aluminum composite panels. Fiber cement boards is less. Then glass cladding is common nowadays. Almost all the commercial building and industrial commercial buildings, almost all malls that were constructed with glass cladding. So wood cladding, where the wood is available in plenty. Then the tiles, vitrified tiles cladding. This is stone cladding. Stone cladding. So high pressure laminates, almost all wood chipboards we are going to be provided. So the high pressure laminate cladding. So this is about that once again just we'll go through that what is the stone cladding, what is the purpose, and what is the brick cladding, what is the purpose. Stone cladding is an eco-friendly material which is used for both in interiors and wall cladding. There are options for granite or slate or marble or sandstone. Which stone we are going to be using? Limestone and Kota stone, to name a few. Some stone imparts a feeling of warmth in the building. It is durability, depends upon the thickness of the stone. As more thickness, more the durability of the stone. So mainly we are going for the stone cladding. What type of the stones we are going to be using? Different is granite, slate, marble, and sandstone. Timber cladding, almost timber cladding comes in the horizontal boards, shingles, or the panels. It is a popular choice for many home owners because of the look of real timber on homes is rustic, warm, and inviting. It is also a good natural insulator. Main purpose is insulator, and it is environmental friendly cladding choice. But timber cladding, if you go for that one, it is a somewhat expensive one because timber is not available in abundance. So that's why if you go for the timber cladding, it is going to be an expensive one. So then brick cladding is almost all we are going to be called as a common one. Brick cladding renders a very rustic feeling to the building interiors and exteriors. It is a porous material which shall absorb water in the rains but shall eventually dry out. Special attention should be given to stealing the joints as to prevent rainwater from entering the air, because we have to see that the joints how we are going to provide it. That is a more important while you are going for the brick cladding as well as the stone cladding is stone cladding. So here the brick is the constant material. The fiber cement cladding, this particular type of cladding is made of compressing sand, cement, and cellular fiber into sheets. Sand, cement, and fiber sheets, fiber that make into the sheets. Although it looks like a wood, it is looking like a wood, and it is lighter and easier to install than wood. It also requires less maintenance. So, what are the different advantages while you are going for the fiber cement cladding? So then vinyl cladding or the metal cladding. Vinyl cladding is more popular for cladding in the exteriors of the building in the Western countries, not from our country, from the India, as point of view of the weather conditions. It is the cheapest type of cladding and relatively cheap to install. It is durable, effective in installation, and resistant to scratches. Then metal cladding is almost all we are using various metals. So the metal cladding can give your home sleek, modern look, and it comes in a range of colors suit your home. Steel and aluminum. What are the metals we are going to be using? Is steel and aluminum are popular metal choices for metal cladding system. So that is comes under the ACP, aluminum composite panels also. Nowadays we are going to be using ACP, aluminum composite panels. You can count on your metal cladding system to the strong, durable, lightweight, and long lasting. That is about the very important types of are frequently or majority cases you are going for the cladding purposes. I hope you understand that the today's class topics is the painting. What are the different types of the paints, cladding, objectives or the uses of the cladding, and what are the different types of the cladding is there. Any questions you can ask. Now you can come to the unmute and you can ask any questions. Anyhow, I will be sharing with all the PPTs to your WhatsApp group also today by today, but already the word format, the word documents already has given to you for the unit 3, 4, 5, and 1 to 3, 1 to 3 also. Just you go through that one. If you have any doubts, once again you give it in the WhatsApp group. If any help you require, you put it in the WhatsApp group, and then we will follow up you. Any questions? Any questions?